everyone, in this video we will cover the current affairs. Before we move ahead, let me inform you that these questions are part of our daily 20 MCQ series in GK Today's Academy Android application. So if you are looking for the text version of these questions and their explanations along with the interactive quiz, you may consider joining our daily 20 MCQ series in Academy Android application. So in this app course you get daily 20 MCQs, a fortnightly quiz, a monthly revision document and also category wise revision ebooks which are optimized for reading on your mobile itself. Apart from it, you are also able to access all archives of questions from January 2020 onwards. Please check our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. For hard copy books, you can visit our website gktbooks.com. Okay. So now without wasting any further time, let's get started.
Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 27th and 28th of December 2021. Starting with very first question. As per the recent data from Environment Ministry, which state has recorded the highest death of elephants due to electrocution during 2009 and 2019? So as per this data, 600 elephants have died due to electrocution across the country between 2009 and 2019. And of this, 117 deaths have taken place in Odisha, 116 in Karnataka, and 105 in Assam. Also do remember that Arunachal Pradesh, Tripura and Maharashtra are the only states which recorded 0 elephant death due to this problem. Okay, so correct answer is option number A. Now apart from it, recently central government has issued Good Governance Index for 2021 and the index has been prepared by Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances. So in this particular index, Gujarat, Maharashtra and Goa were at the top position. And talking about Northeast, Mizoram performed strongly in commerce and industry, public health, human resources development and economic governance. And then talking about Union Territory, Delhi emerged as the best among all the Union Territories. Okay. Now apart from it, World Anti-Doping Agency, which is also known as WADA, has published its report on rule violations recently. So do remember that India is now among the top 3 of world's biggest doping violators, and bodybuilding, weightlifting and athletics have contributed majorly to India's embarrassing record. Russia has topped this particular ranking with total of 167 violations, and then it was followed by Italy at second place with 157 violations, and then third was obviously India, and fourth was Brazil with 78, and at fifth position it was Iran with total of 70 violations. Okay, so from this ranking you have to at least remember what is the India's rank in this particular index. Okay. Now question number 2, Shakti Criminal Laws Bill is associated with which state? Actually, Maharashtra government has recently tabled a report with recommendations of a joint selection committee to amend the Shakti Bill. Actually, the Maharashtra government's Shakti Criminal Laws Maharashtra Amendment Bill of 2020 proposes to increase the punishment for offences such as rape, acid attack, etc. So it also proposes capital and heavy fines along with speedy trials for the perpetrators. Okay. Now apart from it, do remember that Karnataka is the only state to have passed the Protection of Right to Freedom of Religion Bill. Can you tell me which article of Indian Constitution deals with right to freedom of religion? Please write in the comments. And this bill from Karnataka was recently passed in the State Assembly. So the bill seeks strict provisions for forced or induced conversions. And the state government led by Chief Minister V.S. Bommai wants to prohibit conversion by mispresentation, force, allurement, fraud means or marriage. Okay. Now apart from it, the Haryana state government amended its Excise Act reducing the age limit to purchase, sell or consume the liquor from 25 years to now 21 years. Actually, Haryana Excise Act of 1914 provides that the lease for manufacturing of any country liquor or intoxicating drug may be granted to any man above 25 years, but now it has been reduced. Also do remember that recently Delhi has reduced this age limit to 21 years also. Okay. Question number 3. Gujarat Chief Minister launched the Gujarati version of which microblogging site? Who is the Chief Minister of Gujarat? First of all, it's Bhupendra Patel. So recently he has launched the Gujarati version of Indian multilingual microblogging site Koo, and the application enables people to share the content and connect with others using their mother tongue. And with this Gujarati launch, Koo is now available in total 10 languages. Okay, can you tell me which are these 10? Please write in the comments. Now talking about Gujarat, it was in news these days because of Vatan Prem Yojana. It is a kind of repackaged version of Mother-e-Watan scheme by the state government of Gujarat, and under this the government has made it possible for the donors to send their money online, and this scheme will cover village level projects. For example, you can say smart classes in every school and library. Then it can be spent in developing community halls or primary health care center, or you can say Anganwadis. Then it can also be used in CCTV surveillance system and in treatment of sewage. Okay. So do remember that in the earlier version of scheme, contribution of state government and NRI was 50:50, but now it has been changed to 60:40. This is very important. Okay. Now few days back, I think last month, we have seen that Instagram has launched 2 campaigns named as Safe Stree and My Kanoon to provide online safety to the young users, and Instagram has partnered with a youth media and insights company to launch Safe Stree, and it aims to spread awareness about the safety features available on the platform, while My Kanoon will inform the users about the legal rights and protection available to them. Okay. Now you have to tell me which social media giant has recently proposed to pull out its operations from China. Please write your answers in the comment section. Question number 4. Silver Line is a semi-high-speed railway project being constructed in which state? So this project is being constructed in the state of Kerala, and the project includes deploying trains running at 200 km per hour between the state's northern and southern ends. And yes, protests are taking place across Kerala against this Silver Line being executed by Kerala Rail Development Corporation Limited. And the estimated cost of the project is nearly 63,940 crore rupees, and the deadline of this project is 2025. Now talking about Kerala, recently the Kerala government has planned to start an online platform to market and deliver the products manufactured by MSME production units including Kadamshri. And under this particular scheme, assistance will be provided to self-help groups, and the scheme was launched as a part of Pradhan Mantri Formalization of Micro Food Processing Enterprises project. So the self-help group members will be given an initial capital of nearly 40,000 rupees in order to purchase the machines, and also the members who are involved in the food processing industry will get 35% of the credit linked capital subsidy, and this can be maximum up to 10 lakh rupees. Okay. Now apart from it, last month Kerala Startup Mission and CLAP, that is Cisco Launchpad Accelerator Program, have jointly hosted the pioneering Technopreneurship Series. And this was organized for innovators and startups in Kerala, and it provided a platform for innovation and collaboration in order to enable the nascent companies to solve new age challenges. So that's why they exchanged insights, thoughts, frameworks and innovative ways to leverage technologies. Okay. And already we have seen many a times that Kerala has recently topped the Public Affairs Index, in which the top 3 states were Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Telangana among the larger states. Then talking about smaller states, the top 3 were Sikkim, Goa and Mizoram. And talking about union territories, the top 3 were Puducherry, Jammu Kashmir and Chandigarh. Do remember that Delhi was not in the top 3. Okay. Question number 5. How many non-European countries are the part of Europol? First of all, why this organization is in news? Because South Korea has recently become the 10th country outside of Europe to join the Europol, and it is the European Union law enforcement cooperation agency that fights terrorism and other international crimes. So the National Police Agency of South Korea joined Europol by signing agreement which was approved unanimously by the 27 European Union nations. So under this agreement, police can now exchange the information on crime and cooperate with member states of Europol, which consist of 17 European and 9 non-European countries as well as international organizations. Okay. So your correct answer is option number B. Now apart from it, recently UNICEF has released a report named as Levels and Trends in Child Mortality, and as per this report, more than 5 million children died before reaching their 5th birthday in 2020. So this is just heartbreaking, and almost half of those deaths, 2.4 million, occurred among newborns. And on current trends, more than 48 million children who are younger than 5 years will die before 2030, and half of them are newborns. So this data is just very horrible, right? Now apart from it, the Prime Minister has recently launched a portal and logo for the conformity assessment scheme of milk products in Varanasi, and the certification scheme considers the short shelf life of milk and milk products. So the portal and logo were developed by the Bureau of Indian Standards, that is BIS, with the help of National Dairy Development Board. So the unified logo features the earlier respective logos BIS, ISI mark, then NDDB quality mark, and Kamdhenu cow. So you can be asked that BIS, ISI and Kamdhenu cow feature in the recently launched logo of which product? So the answer is milk product. Okay. Question number 6. What is Pralay, which was test fired recently off the Odisha coast? So the first successful test flight of short range surface to surface ballistic missile was conducted from Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Island off the coast of Odisha, and DRDO has developed this short range solid fuel surface to surface missile, and it can hit the target at a range of 150 to 500 kilometers, and the missile, which can be launched from a mobile launcher, has efficient navigation mechanism and integrated avionics. Okay. Now apart from it, Defense Research and Development Organization, that is DRDO, has successfully conducted the flight test of indigenously developed high-speed expendable aerial target Abhyas, and ADE, that is Aeronautical Development Establishment, which is a DRDO laboratory, along with other laboratories, has developed this HEAT, and this was developed to meet the requirement of aerial targets of the Indian Armed Forces. So definitely you have to remember what does HEAT stands for. Okay. Now apart from it, India and European Investment Bank, that is EIB, have recently signed a contract for the first tranche loan of 250 million euros for the Agra Metro project, and it aims to boost urban public transport connectivity in Agra, which can connect major tourist attractions like Taj Mahal, Agra Fort, Sikandra with railway stations. So the construction work of the Agra Metro project was inaugurated in December 2020, and EIB approved a total loan of 450 million euros to fund the project. Okay. Question number 7. As per the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, which country is the top producer of opium? So the top producer of opium poppy is Afghanistan, and by 2021, Afghanistan harvest will account for more than 90% of worldwide illegal heroin production, and since 2001, the country has been the world's biggest illicit drug producer, and Afghanistan produced around 6,800 tons of opium during the previous harvest season, which was concluded in July. So this was an increase of 8% from 2020. Okay. Now apart from it, do remember that Uttar Pradesh is the only state in the country to have metro facilities in total of 5 districts. And recently Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has flagged off the trial of Kanpur Metro. And also it is currently having operational metro railway service in Ghaziabad, Noida, Greater Noida and Lucknow. Okay. And talking about airport, recently central government has declared the airport of Srinagar as a major airport under Airports Economic Regulatory Authority Act of 2008. So under this, the center can designate an airport as a major airport if it has annual passenger of at least 35 lakh people. Okay. Question number 8. Which state recently passed a bill to recover property damages from protesters? So the Madhya Pradesh government has recently passed a bill to recover property damages from the protesters, and the bill also provides for setting up a tribunal which would look into the claims of property damage during riots and public protest. So the State Assembly also passed a resolution that panchayat elections will not be held without OBC reservation. Okay. Now apart from it, the Government of India and German Development Bank KfW signed agreement loan and grant for energy reform program in the state of Madhya Pradesh, and the project includes two components basically. First is implementation of smart meters, or you can say advanced metering infrastructure, and second is separation of agriculture and non-agriculture feeders. Fine. Now few days back we have seen that Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan has recently announced that Patal Pani railway station in Indore will be renamed as Tantia Mama railway station. Then also we have seen that the Madhya Pradesh government has decided to set up a tax plan for cow welfare in the state. And the government is planning to impose a surcharge on various products such as liquor and services provided by the local bodies to generate nearly 100 crore rupees to meet the expenses of the cow shelters. Okay. Question number 9. Radio Ujala Punjab is the radio channel of which central jail? So the Ludhiana Central Jail has recently inaugurated its own radio channel named as Radio Ujala Punjab, and the only jail inmates will be running the radio channel, and prisoners who work as a radio jockeys have undergone training. Also, 6 other jails of Punjab would also get their own radio channels in the coming days, and this program aims to rehabilitate the prisoners and provide welfare opportunities. Okay. Now apart from it, the Punjab cabinet chaired by Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi has approved to set up State General Category Commission for unreserved classes, and apart from Punjab, Himachal Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh have set up the State General Category Commission. And what is the role of this particular commission? Basically, it will safeguard the interest of unreserved classes, and it will help in effective implementation of several welfare schemes, and also this will work for the welfare of poor belonging to the unreserved class. Okay. And last month we have seen that the Cabinet of Punjab has given approval to the Punjab tissue culture based seed potato rules for 2021, which aims to develop the Punjab as a standard potato seed center hub, and this is expected to boost the potato cultivation in the state. So now with this rule, Punjab will be the very first state in the country to have the facility of tissue culture based certification. Okay. Now coming to last question, what is the name of the carbon rich diamond shaped near earth asteroid recently seen in the news? So this is named as Ryugu, also known as 1999 JU3. Actually, an analysis of JAXA's Hayabusa 2 sample of material returned to earth from Ryugu shows that the material is very dark and it reflects only 2% of the light, and also the sample shows that the material is porous and similar to clay. It contains carbonates as well as compounds that are rich in nitrogen and hydrogen. Okay. Now apart from it, IXPE mission, that is Imaging X-ray Polarimetry Explorer mission, is the first satellite dedicated to measure the polarization of X-rays from a variety of cosmic sources such as black holes and neutron stars. So the project is a collaboration between NASA and Italian Space Agency. Okay. Then also, NASA astronomers have recently developed a next generation impact monitoring algorithm called as Sentry-2, and it aims to evaluate the near Earth asteroids' impact probabilities, and the new system improves the capabilities to assess the impact risk of these asteroids that can come closer to our planet Earth. Okay. Now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked this session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, me Nuzhat Sana signing off.